To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. Without music, life would be a mistake. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason he wants woman, as the most dangerous plaything. It is impossible to suffer without making someone pay for it. Every complaint already contains revenge. Madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, nations, and ages it is the rule. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. We love life, not because we are used to living but because we are used to loving. There are no facts, only interpretations. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. Those who cannot understand how to put their thoughts on ice should not enter into the heat of debate. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs, he alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. You have your way. I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. Insanity in individuals is something rare, but in groups, parties, nations and epochs, it is the rule. When marrying, ask yourself this question: do you believe that you will be able to converse well with this person into your old age? Everything else in marriage is transitory. Love is blind, friendship closes its eyes. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. Whenever I climb I am followed by a dog called ego. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it. Success has always been a great liar. All truly great thoughts are conceived by walking. Evil men have no songs. How is it that the Russians have songs? Women are considered deep. Why? Because one can never discover any bottom to them. Women are not even shallow. To forget one's purpose is the commonest form of stupidity. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. We should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once. And we should call every truth false which was not accompanied by at least one laugh. In every real man a child is hidden that wants to play. God is dead. God remains dead. And we have killed him. Yet his shadow still looms. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers? What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has yet owned has bled to death under our knives. Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? Ah, women. They make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. There is always some madness in love. But there is also always some reason in madness. On the mountains of truth you can never climb in vain. Either you will reach a point higher up today, or you will be training your powers so that you will be able to climb higher tomorrow. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies but also to hate his friends. When one has not had a good father, one must create one. Whatever is done for love always occurs beyond good and evil. When you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. The doer alone learneth. The future influences the present just as much as the past. Faith, not wanting to know what is true. Art raises its head where creeds relax. The demand to be loved is the greatest of all arrogant presumptions. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations and epochs, it is the rule. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier and simpler. Not necessity, not desire, no, the of power is the demon of men. Let them have everything, health, food, a place to live, entertainment, they are and remain unhappy and low-spirited, for the demon waits and will be satisfied. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently.